Hey,
Betty, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem. I was just so busy.
I bet you are. Well, Betty, thank you so much again. And I just want to tell your viewers who you are and what you do.
I am Reverend Betty Bricker. I live in Valrico, Florida, and I'm a chaplain.
Good. Okay. Well, as you know, there's a horrible pandemic globally happening, and so many things going on in everyone's minds, so much bad news. Every moment there's something else that gives us more uncertainty, and there's some glimpses of hope out there every now and then. But what can you tell everyone, one thing that you're thankful for today?
You know, one thing that I think this whole coronavirus has opened my eyes to is that for so long I planned my day around my work. And now I'm kind of planning my work around my day. And so I'm getting more time to myself. I'm actually focused more on my family, the people I love. When I get on social media, I try to be uplifting and encouraging, and I don't care about the little things that, used to come up all the time. And, is the sky blue, or is it azure? And I think that what I've begun to realize more than anything is that, sometimes we do need to take that time and to sit back, relax, reevaluate who we are. And I think too, the whole, I'm really thankful for a more renewed prayer life, as I have spent time sitting at home now that I'm at the stay at home phase of my life. But I have more opportunity to pray for people, pray for things that are so important today, and if I can't do anything else for you, I can pray for you.
Yeah, that's true. So in the segue of that, then you've been quarantined, you're in your home, had a lot of time to think and meditate. And so can you share with us what God has taught you lately, specifically to you and your walk with Him?
I think that probably the most important thing is that I had put everything ahead. I mean, I'm a chaplain, so I spend a lot of time helping people through crisis and just doing anything that they need. And I think I had just put all of that ahead of everything else. Like I said, I put my work, ahead of my day. And I think by having to sit at home for this last 2 weeks, it has really given me the understanding that not that I don't do what I do and do it well, but that it's not the most important thing. We're all having to make do with text messages and emails and phone calls rather than the hand holding, sitting beside each other type thing. And I think I'm understanding now that I needed to spend more time. I tend to be the kind of person who puts everything I have into whatever it is I'm doing. And I needed that time to sit back and relax. And I see that not just in me, but in other family members and even in our world. As I've watched what's happened in the other countries, and I see the pollution has eased, they say the dolphins are back in the rivers. I mean, I just think, whoa, we could have done this without the pandemic, but we didn't. And so here's our opportunity to sit back and actually say, what am I supposed to learn from this? And I think the whole opportunity of having the time to do some of the things that I've said all along, if I just had more time. And so I've been able to pull out some of my seminary books and get on the internet and pull up some questions that, people are always asking me questions. And if I don't know the answer, I say, I will find out. And so I do go try to find out what it is I can find. But I'm actually studying a little bit more now, and I have not done that for a while. Which happens to preach very often. I fill in a pulpit when needed. And I teach a Bible study here and there. But now I'm seeing that I've kind of let that go, and I really needed to stay more on top of that. So I'm having a whole epiphany of things that, that we need to do, that we kind of let go because we get so busy.
Yeah, it's like a forced sabbatical.
Exactly.
if you take it to in the glass half full type of way, it sounds like you've gotten a place where, what have I been putting off because I've been so busy. Yes. I've been running around and doing so many things that now that I've had time to sit and think, pull out the dusty to-do list and think about your personal, what can I do for myself? And brings a question to mind that we can hear how COVID-19 has affected you personally. How has it affected your church, your ministry, or even the CWC state ministries there for your women?
I don't think that we quite realized that we were kind of pulling into ourselves, and now it's like, oh yeah, and not that we weren't doing. Don't get me wrong, but. Even CWC, we were supposed to be having our state connector last week, and we had to, of course, cancel. And, and we have put so much into that. And here, all of a sudden, it was like, nope. And so we had this kind of stand back and say, okay, now what do we do? Right. Where are we going to go with this now? Yeah. And it's okay. We had some officers who were supposed to leave the board, and new officers were supposed to be voted in, and we just kind of relaxed with it and said, stay on if you want to until we get to the point that we can pull it all back together again. And but I see, as I've talked to them and seen them on Facebook and different things, that they're all involved. They're doing food giveaways, they're creating things, they're just very involved in whatever it is their group is doing, their church is doing. And I think that, that's probably one of the most important things we can do is reach out and love our neighbors. Isn't that what great commandment here? Yeah.
And we know that a church is not a building. We are the church.
Right.
As the Florida State President of Christian Women Connection there's a strong women's ministry there. And so the national offices just want to encourage you and your women. You're doing a phenomenal job. We're very encouraged by your ministry there, and just want to show our viewers that there are wonderful things going on still, Florida State CWC, and thank you so much for taking the time. So in closing, what would you like your fellow CWC sisters and partners to pray with you about through these next few weeks?
I think I am fine. Personally and my family, everybody's doing great. We're staying in contact. We, I have a daughter not far away who's more than willing to bring groceries and things as needed. But I think as I see other people, I think the panic has gotten to a lot of people. And I, as a chaplain, I would like to go out there and just hold their hand and say, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
God's got this.
Yes, he does.
I think if we just as a group, a church, not just the Church of God, but as a church, if we just pray for each other and pray for our nation and our world, that this isn't just affecting Florida, it's not just affecting Indiana or the United States, it's all over. And we can learn so much from it if we just stop panicking, stop worrying, and do what we need to do. And yes, I know it's a virus, and I'm well aware that there are things we need to do, and I'm doing them. I wash my hands, I make sure we have hand sanitizer. We have gloves in the car when we go pump the gas. And I'm trying to stay involved with making things. I'm making masks and things so that, people who need them can do them, because I can do that. I'm good.
Tell us a little bit more about the masks you're making and sharing and donating.
We are, well, I say we, but there are people all over the country that's doing it. And I happen to be a quilter. I make baby quilts mostly, but I like to do this. And so I have a lot of scrap material. So what I did was, when I heard about this, I went into my scraps and started pulling them out. And I have all kinds and every colors and, and so I got the pattern it was a printed out pattern from the internet. So it was step by step, but it didn't actually show me anything. So the first two I made, I had to kind of pitch, but then I got it. And once I got it, they look like this, and you just, put them on.
Oh, I love the color. Yes. I
did too. And it's kind of medical looking, I thought.
Right.
And then, so I started making them, and then a nurse friend told me, do this. She said, our ears are killing us from the elastic. So she said, make a headband. So I made the headbands, and you put buttons on. The mask hooks onto the button so that they have the headband on, and the mask holds by the button rather than the ears, and the ears don't irritate or get blisters from the elastic. Yeah. You can also take material and make ties, but then if you've got long hair, you tie your hair into it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm listening, I'm learning. I'm actually this is kind of funny, but I have some friends who are nurses. I was a hospice chaplain for a long time. And so I have some nurse friends, and they have asked me to make them specific ones. Favorite colors, different designs. If they're in pediatrics, they're getting bunnies, that kind of thing. And I don't mind. It takes me all of 30 minutes to make the headband and the mask.
Well, Betty, that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And very creative, very creative. Christian Women Connection is known for their creativity, definitely.
I think we are well known for when there's a need, we fill it. We have to sometimes figure out how, but it gets filled.
Yes, I love that. And I'd like to share this with our women and just post. If they have any questions, they can contact you. It'll be on social media. It'll be in our weekly Friday Connection email. And I just want to continue to encourage you. Thank you so much for all you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I do have a wonderful support system here in Florida. I couldn't do it without some of the ladies on my team. I guarantee you. They are.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Of your evening. I'll look forward to talking with you again soon.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.